Welcome, this is Robbie Sound Studios, and this is a video called My Chartin Exploded, which is a true story about I ordered a fake Martin for myself personally. This is not one for a customer, and what I like to do is when they come in, I like to retrofit them, take off a lot of the cheap parts and put on nice parts, but since this guitar exploded, it's back together now, but it did explode. What happened was, or implode, I should say. It didn't explode, it imploded. The sellers were in such a hurry to sell this unit to me that the glue wasn't even dry on the guitar when I ordered it, and they shipped it to me with wet glue. And what happened was, in transit, all that tension, they actually tightened all the strings and had an enormous amount of tension on that neck, and what happened was cross braces inside snapped, and what happened was the guitar imploded, and on the back it imploded. It was totally ripped out. I have since glued it back together with some high-speed glue. It's not pretty, but it did work. It did seal it. It is glued back, and it does work. Guitar actually sounds pretty good, even with it broken and missing the cross braces. But I don't want to invest any money in it and salvage it. But usually what I do with these is, I'll show you. For customers, I remove these cheap fake Grover tuners. These are not real Grover tuners, they are fake. One way to tell is when you take the strings off and just leave the tuners on, you shake the guitar, they rattle. I mean, they just rattle like crazy, and they shake and move around, and real Grovers don't do that. They're tight, they're very well constructed. So I take the Grover tuners out and I throw them away, and next thing I do is I replace this cheap plastic nut right here. I wouldn't even call it a nut, just piece of plastic. I replace that with a bone nut. I order them from Martin. Get a nice nut on there, and usually these things come, the fretboards are pretty nice. They're actually level. They're not like the electrics. The electrics, you have to do a lot of fret dressing and crowning and everything. It's to get rid of the fret buzz, and I don't have any fret buzz on any of these, and I've had dozens of them. This is real abalone. It's low-grade abalone. It looks like crap, but it's real abalone. The rosette is real abalone. It is inlaid purple ink. It is not a sticker. I can prove this because this one doesn't have any finish on it. It's not shiny. Notice most of them are real shiny. They have like a 1/4 inch of gloss polyurethane on them, and they stink to high heaven. They get you dizzy when you're breathing, playing them for when you first get them. But what I do is this one I practice. This is a practice job where I remove the clear coat. I like to remove the clear coat from the top because Martin doesn't have clear coating on their tops, and they flex and breathe better, and they actually sound, it makes a better tone. Back to the upgrades. I usually take all these crappy pegs and remove them and replace them with Martins. I usually replace this bridge with a really decent bridge, and people tell me that the action on them is really high sometimes. Well, if you look at the action on this one, I've actually set the action on this. This is just a test guitar, but look at that action. That's really low action. And, actually don't have 6 strings on this one when I'm broke. But how I lowered the action is first I make sure the neck is straight, which it was, And I take this bridge out, and I take it over to my sander, and I sand the bottom to the height that I want it, and replace it, and it lowers the action on it. And I get you can't lower it too much or you'll buzz, fret buzz out, but you can get some pretty good settings just by playing with that. This one I ordered, it's a crapshoot. I don't know if I told you I ordered this one. I didn't want an electric. I asked for a non-electric, and they sent me an electric. And when I got this thing had blown up, and I reported it to them, and they told me that they do not have insurance and there's nothing that they could do. They're so sorry. And that was about the extent of it. I could have opened a case with Alibaba, which is like eBay, from what I'm told. So I started open a case with Alibaba, and I immediately heard from the seller, and he asked for another $100 to pay for the shipping. If I paid for the shipping, he'd ship me out another one, and he shipped me another unit, a replacement unit, which wasn't the guitar I wanted, but it ended up being a nice D28, and really nice D28. It looks nice. I haven't retrofitted it yet. I want to keep it for myself, but it sounds great. Maybe I'll do a video of it, do the retrofit as I go and film it. But I just wanted to tell you the horror story of this is what can happen when you buy these fake Chartins on Alibaba. You usually don't get what you pay for, and sometimes you can lose everything. Can get confiscated, or in my case, it could implode. And I just got lucky that because I paid for it with a Visa card, which I would recommend if anybody's buying these things, pay for them with a Visa card or a MasterCard. Make sure you pay for it with a credit card, not a debit card, a credit card, because you can always file a complaint with Visa or MasterCard and get your money back because they have fraud protection. And that's about the size of it, and this is about all I've got to show on this video. This is what I got, and it's a piece of crap, but it actually sounds pretty decent. And it would have been a pretty decent guitar for 200 and something bucks, 300. I think I got 300 with the case, if it hadn't been destroyed. But thanks for watching. If you have any videos you want to see or anything you'd like to know, just contact me in your down below, and I'll get back to you. All right, thank you. Bye.